Okay, I'm going to show you how to do the tags for the St. Patrick's Tier Tray Kit. I did not show any painting tips, so if you have questions, please reach out to me and I will go ahead and give you more direction. I don't think there was anyone new, but if I accidentally overlooked you, please reach out to me. I'm more than happy to either do a video or to walk you through like with more detail. So first, let's do this tag with the ribbon. So it came with they're about 12 inches each, the green, white, and gold. I'm just going to fold them in half. Just put them together and fold them in half. And then the closed end, I'm gonna kind of scrunch it to make it a little bit easier. And then I'm going to put it through the front hole. If it's kind of hard to get through, go ahead and use some tweezers to help pull it through. Then I'm going to get all 3 of them so that I have an open hole to go through. And I'm going to put my fingers through like that. Take these ends and grab them and just pull it through just like that. So if you have other kinds of ribbon, if you want to add more colors, then that's a good way to just make this unique and fun. And then where did I put my scissors? Oh, right here. I'm just going to kind of even these out. They don't need to be perfect. They're just kind of a little bit more uneven than I would like. So there is that tag. Now let's go to the beaded tassel. I'm going to go semi-quick just because I think you've all done this multiple times, so I don't want you to get irritated. But it comes with 2 pieces of white twine. One is shorter than the other, and then a really long piece of green. So you're going, for the tassel part, you want the shortest piece of white. Yes, I want to make sure I got the shortest, and then the green. So let's take the green, and you want it to kind of overlap the bottom of your palm like that, and then start wrapping around your hand. I spread my fingers because my hand is small and I want the tassel to be longer, but you don't have to do that. And then that creates a loop like this. And then I'm going to put my pinky in there just so that it's smaller. And you're gonna create, let me pull that out, kind of like an eye like that. So this is what it looks like. Most is gonna be on the bottom and then that eye. So get your small white string, leave out a portion because that's what you're gonna tie a knot with, and just start wrapping it around really tight, just a few times. And then tie a knot. I try to make it really tight so that it doesn't come unraveled. And then I'm going to trim this white piece. Don't trim right next to the knot, otherwise it's going to come undone. So there will be a little bit that sticks out. If you have some super glue, you can always put a little dot right there and then you can trim it closer because then the super glue will hold it, but just in case. Okay. So what I'm going to do next is get a pencil or a pen, which is what I find, and then carefully go through each loop. You want to make sure that you hit every single one so you don't pull it out. That is definitely not something you want to do. This one loop is being a pain. Okay. And then I just kind of pull up a little bit and pull these down just to even this out just a little bit more. It doesn't have to be perfectly even, but then I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut these loops so that it creates the tassel. You don't have to leave the pencil in there if you don't want to. I'm just going to because this ribbon is thinner, and so it, the eye closes on me. And then I'm going to even out the bottom somewhat more. I said this in my other video, but every single month I say I'm buying new scissors because mine are so dull. And then I forget until the next month when I'm doing this video. I don't know why it's only on video. I think it's because I don't think about it when it's just me. I'm usually watching Netflix when I'm painting my kids. Okay, now get the last piece of white string, and you want 2 small pieces of Scotch tape, and wrap that around the end so that will help you when you're stringing your beads, so you're not fraying your string all over the place. I do it on both ends because I like to, if you've seen these videos, if you've seen me do my tassels, I like to string both ends up through the beads. But if you're only doing one end and you're trimming the other end, then you only need 1 piece of tape. Okay, I left my pen in there because I wanted to make sure that I had that really nice eye so that I could easily thread it through and then tie a knot around the head of that tassel. Just like that. Okay, and now we're going to string our beads. There is no rhyme or reason, just start going. This is what I was talking about. If you want to trim so that it's kind of close to that knot, then go ahead and do that. I like to just string up through the beads. It gives it a little bit more stability. Also, I don't have to worry about my knot coming undone. So it's kind of annoying at first, but then it goes quick. Once, I think it has 1 more bead to go through. And then it will go faster. If you have some beads where like there's some like wood hanging through, you'll know what I'm talking about. So it makes it a little bit more difficult to string. That's where these tweezers I recommended multiple times. Let me know if you need the link, but I always recommend getting some sharp nose tweezers just because this is what I'm talking about. Like if there's that little bit of wood in there, it sometimes makes it a little bit harder to string your beads. I sent wood beads with this one. I got some green ones, but the green clashed with the paint colors of this kit, so I didn't do that. But I sent wood instead of white, just in case you wanted to use your leftover green paint to paint some of these beads. I think that would look really cute. Okay, once it's strung, then I gently but firmly push all the beads towards the end of the tassel. If you have gaps in your beads, you're going to have gaps at the end once you tie it onto your tag, and you don't really want that. So I'm going to go from the back to the front, and then I'm going to pull the beads so that they are pretty firm against the tag. Now I'm going to create a space just so I can help you visualize it more, but don't have that space. You want to create a knot here so that you're tying the beads to the tag. So you're going to take the end of this, you're going underneath the string that is between the bead and the tag, and it's going to create this loop, and then you're going to go through the loop to create the knot. So that is the visual. So I want it as close to my tag as I can, and then I'm going to go underneath. It is between, I don't know if you can see, so take my word for it. It is between the tag and the bead. It creates this loop. I'm going to put the end through that loop, and then I'm going to pull it tight. Then that's not a knot, it's going to be loose. So you need to repeat that one more time. Go underneath so that you're between the tag and the bead, and then through the loop and pull it tight to create a knot. Then I am going to go up through a few of the beads. Just because I don't like to trim it too soon. I feel like that's tempting fate for when it loosens over time. And then that is probably enough beads to go through. Again, I lost my scissors. Make sure that if you trim and you don't go all the way up, make sure that you're not trimming the string that's holding everything together. So make sure that you're trimming the correct one. And that's it. There you have your tag. So if you have any questions for any other piece, please reach out to me. I'm more than happy to go over them.